What is popping in your lives today? I'm Racing89 here bringing you guys the Sub-Stop Endurance Series. Today we have the Joe Donohue 9 minutes at Laguna Seca. I'm also joined by Joe Donohue.
Who's that guy?
I don't
Sounds
know.
like a... I don't know. I don't even know what to think of that guy.
I don't know.
Whatever. Hey, y'all. Let's have some fun today. We're going to see these beautiful GT cars taken to the track for 9 minutes. Going to be fun. Let's see how it goes.
Definitely going to be interesting to see how it goes today. We're going to go to a standing start. Here we go. They're off for 9 great minutes at Laguna Seca. If you want to see the starting lineup, it was at the beginning of the video. I'll put it down in the description below as well. Here comes Scott Sharp. He just charged to the front as well as Wolfgang Stone.
He took that Aston Martin straight to the front, and he's taking that Falcon Tire Porsche with him, but David Land's not going to give him the run without a fair fight.
No, he is not, but he is going to come here on the inside. Scott Sharp
They
going
made
to pinch him
contact.
down there. Land not too happy with how this start of the race went for him. That Aston Martin is just going to fly away right now.
He took to the lead, and he's going to try to stretch out as much of a gap as he can over David Land and the rest of the field here.
He's going to try to get away from those charging Porsches of those 47 race tech and the Beamers as well. You can see Kylar Boggs getting passed in the back of the pack as well. Go back here. Robby Noonan holding his ground as well as David Land at the current moment.
David Land, yes, indeed.
Oh, here we go. We got some great racing in the back here. We got 5 cars heading into the corkscrew. Let's see how this will work out for everyone. So far,
Kylar Boggs
so
has
clean.
fallen back pretty
Yeah,
good.
So did Matthew Yerkel. I mean, started in 5th, but he definitely fell back a good bit. Here comes Joe Donohue, Jacob Cummings. Oh, Kylar
Contact.
Boggs pinches Joe Donohue, gets away his momentum. He is racing dirty right now.
Ooh, Cummings got loose back there.
Yes, he did. I think he got a little help from Matthew Yerkel, who kind of pushed him up the racetrack as well. Joe Donohue looking to pass Kylar Boggs, looking to keep him in his mirror and not see him again after that tough racing that he had through the corkscrew and the exit as well.
He does make a huge run down to the first turn on these 3 back here. Still Jacob Cummings still behind here, but
not happy
the Porsches...
with what's going on.
No, he's not, but the Porsches are really good in traffic, so hopefully, for Jacob's sake, he can get around these two and start challenging up
contact
front.
from Kylar.
Kylar is racing these Porsches dirty.
Yeah, well, I mean, unfortunately with those Vipers, he won't see him too much, so I think he's going to give them a run for their money. Does not want to have a bad finish here. David Land getting swarmed by Wolfgang Stone right now.
Like I said, Porsches are good in traffic, and David Land is traffic to Wolfgang Stone right now, but Bryan's caught up, and he will be able to challenge as well.
Yes, he will. Bryan right there in that Beamer after a tough... Bryan started in the back of the pack. He is what now?
Bryan started, yes, in last, didn't he?
Yes, in dead last, and he has passed everyone, and now he's coming on the outside of Wolfgang Stone with a nice run as well. See Ben Fuller looking to make a pass on, as I believe that is before of Robby Noonan.
Scott Sharp still leading pretty decent lead over David Land, though.
A good lead for him right now. Take a look at that.
Scott
See
Sharp.
that gap. Beautiful.
Checked out on the field in that Aston Martin.
Yes, he did. But fuel strategy might play a factor today. It's a 6-lap window, so it could come at the very, very end of this race. And Wolfgang Stone takes out David Land's rear bumper. Oh my gosh. Well, that basically ruins David Land's day. But he's not giving up.
It might play into his aerodynamics of that Viper, but Wolfgang Stone might see some damage as well. That might play a factor for his cooling systems for his engine here. We'll have to see, but yeah, David Land's getting swarmed now.
Yeah, David Land's just, everyone's around him. Let's see if there's any damage on the front. Does not appear so. No evident damage so far, but we could see a problem in the near future here.
That is possible.
And Bryon LaFlair made a pass. Ben Fuller also made a pass. He is now in 4th, and Joe Donohue is right behind him.
Well, the Porsche's making momentum come their way, and they're trying to make their own luck, trying to charge up. We've already got 4 minutes down. though.
I mean, this is
Coming
a
up.
quick race. You got to make your move fast, but unfortunately, I think at this point you're just trying to fight for that for a top 3 at this point, because that Aston Martin is now 7 seconds ahead of everyone.
Oh, Scott Sharp is really running. He is just taking this race by the neck and throwing it against the wall, man. He is flying.
He is moving it today. Good to see after last week kind of had a tough race, got kind of stuck there. Could have won, but just kind of got a bad situation in, I think he got a 3rd place finish. But
he still got a good finish out of the day, but yeah, he could have, if he would have been running a little bit better, he might have had a better performance.
Had a better jump off the start. He definitely, like he did today, he could have easily won the race. Bryon LaFlair second. He definitely needs a good finish after last week.
Bryon, yeah, if he wants to get back into this points championship.
There goes Ben Fuller with Joe Donohue coming with him.
Trying to pass Wolfgang Stone. Yes. Joe Donohue tucks in. The Beamers are strong here. And they've passed the Porsche.
2 Porsches coming at it here. See, David Land still holding his position in 6th behind Joe Donohue from the Corvettes.
He is getting hounded by the 2 yellow Corvettes, but yes, he is still holding his momentum in front of Robby and Matt.
See David Land with that bumper not there. He's just funny to look at when he comes by the field. Just interesting to see how that car is still holding on.
Yes, it will. Now, the Porsches here in 4th and 5th still having a battle of their own.
Yes, they are.
The 2 Corvettes and Jacob Cummings trying to get around. David Land, Kylar Boggs holding on to the rear end of that group. But at the front of the pack, they're pretty separated at this point, at least in the top 3.
Yeah, top 3 is definitely very separated right now. I mean, this is the really only battle we see, except for, heck, I'd say, oh no, Robby Noonan and David Land have a battle of their own here as well.
Yeah, and Jacob Cummings is starting to get on to Matt Dierkel's rear end as well.
And Kylar Boggs is not far behind if a mistake is made. Here comes Jacob Cummings with a pass. Did not make it. Never mind. I am sorry. False advertisement.
Jacob Cummings trying his best with that Brumos Interscope Porsche.
Here he goes. Too early.
That is the wrong place to make a pass on this track. I've never seen a pass work in that turn that a car wasn't spinning out. Yes. That's the only way you're going to pass someone in that corner is if someone spun.
Basically here. Come through the corkscrew. Looks like Wolfgang Stone has now caught up. No, never mind. That was just the braking zone, why they caught up to him. But Wolfgang Stone trying to get up to Ben Fuller, get that 3rd position. Joe Donohue chilling around, waiting for Wolfgang Stone to make a move on Ben Fuller here as they come into the last turn. Wolfgang Stone getting close. And we might
They're starting to bunch up.
One more lap. Yes, they are bunching up here.
Probably one at least. Well, definitely one at least more here, but
at least one
probably we probably can get around. I think we might be able to make it before the time is up. We'll have to see. So it's a race against the clock, except Scott Sharp should probably be careful.
Heck, Scott Sharp, I mean, at this point, ooh, that lead is actually shrunk. It's now down to 4 seconds. Bryon LaFlair is chasing him down.
So he's taken the lead of this race by the neck and thrown it against the wall, but Bryon LaFlair Jr. ripped it out of could have possibly ripped it out of his hand, take it for himself. Definitely it might get good at the end of this one.
Coming to the corkscrew here. Cannot see Bryon LaFlair from his rear yet, but now it's down to 3 seconds. Obviously going through the corkscrew, he's going to pick up a little bit of time there, and then it's going to start to pull away. But oh my, it went from 6 seconds to 3 seconds. Very fast.
Very fast indeed. Now Scott Sharp's going to have to be careful because we might get the checkered flag here and we might not, depending on what Scott Sharp does down the front straightaway.
We'll have to see. Here we come. Yes, it is over.
There he goes.
Oh my.
Scott Sharp got a lucky break.
And
he gets the win.
Racing against the clock. That was definitely could have been a hasty finish. Ben Fuller in 4th. Joe Donohue in 5th. Or in 4th, I mean. Oh, we made a pass on Wolfgang Stone.
Wolfgang Stone got
Robby
passed.
Noonan. Oh, whoa, something just happened with my scoring right there. Okay, Robby Noonan in 6th, David Land 7th, Matt Tierkel 8th, Jacob Cummings in 9th. Tough day from him, and Kylar Boggs with a tough day. I mean, had a 3rd place starting position, but could not get it done to keep it up there. Just hard with those Vipers right now. They just cannot keep up.
The Vipers, yeah, they struggle a lot. We're trying our best to make this field as equal as possible, but the Vipers they're a challenge.
Yes, they definitely are a challenge, and they're having some challenging races on the track right now. Fuel strategy did not play a role into it. I mean, they're on the 6th lap right now, or completed 6 laps, so that was the fuel window today. So here's the finishing order here today. Scott Sharp pulls off a great win, a dominating performance. Bryon LaFlair was right there, only 3 seconds behind him to get that win. But unfortunately could not get it done. Great performance out of Fast Racing today. A little bit of a split run for 47 Race Tech.
And the Corvettes tried as well, the best they could. The Vipers got a little bit of a split performance.
Yes.
But the momentum ended for David Land. I think that his aerodynamics were affected by the rear bumper being bumped off by Wolfgang Stone.
It was an intense battle there between him and Wolfgang.
It was, and you can't really blame Wolfgang for that. He did the best he could.
No, it was just a high braking zone, and he was just a little bit quicker on David Land. Not his fault there.
Exactly.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to today's Joe Donohue 9 Minutes at Laguna Seca. We will see you all next week at Indianapolis, the greatest racing facility on Earth. They say that Hershey's the sweetest place on Earth. Well, Indy is the magicalest place on Earth. That's a word now. Thank you guys for tuning in to Laguna Seca. We will see you all next week. I'm Matt Faust.
I'm Joe Donohue.
And we will see you later.